Hi, I'm David, and this is Meggie, and we've been going to Morning Star for about 8 years. We've been married for 7, and this is our story. Morning Star kind of felt like home, and when the opportunity came to buy a house in the subdivision right across the street, having it so close, I had pictures in my mind of being able to walk to church with our kids, and from the very first time we walked in here, it felt welcoming. It felt like this was where God wanted us to be.
So the first time we went through a financial campaign with Morningstar, we were just both students. We didn't have any income other than loan money and what little he was making at his part-time job. So we thought, well, can we tithe loan money? Is it income? We didn't know what to do. And we wanted to give something to Morningstar. So I think we started with $20 a month because that's all we felt like we could give. But we wanted to show God that we were taking that step. And then eventually we graduated. We both got full-time jobs, which was very exciting. So we had money and it was great. It was exciting. We weren't living on loan money anymore. And we kind of started outspending. We started spending like we were, well-established people in our 50s. And really we had just been married a few short years and just been working for a matter of months or a year. A year or two later, we were thinking about having kids. We were talking about having a baby, and we started to kind of look at our finances, and they were just a mess. We were spending a lot on credit cards and not paying it down like you should, and we just weren't really paying attention or coordinating where our money was going. And I was really stressed out about it. Talking to a colleague at work, he recommended one of Dave Ramsey's books, which he gave us, and we sat down and went through it, and we thought, this is awesome. Like, we figured out very quickly exactly how much money we had coming in, which was more than we thought, but how much we had going out and what kind of things we needed to pay off and pay down, and pretty quickly figured out a plan to do that. We then started on that plan and had an idea of where our money was, and the next month found out that we were expecting our first child. So I was so relieved. It was just such a blessing to have had that chance to sit down the month before and figure out how much money we had, to know that, yeah, we can pay for daycare, we can pay for, diapers and that sort of thing. We do have the money, and we're not going to have to go further into debt to pay for that. And Caitlin came along, and we kept up our tithe. It was hard. There were some months where I would write something in the checkbook registry twice and not realize it. And then when I went back and figured it out, the amount that we had was exactly what I needed to go pay cash for what Caitlin needed for the month, for food, for her diapers, that sort of thing. So that was exciting. It was just God kind of showing up and saying, all right, you guys have never considered cutting out your tithe to pay for some of these other things. And so I'm going to show you that you're making the right decision by continuing to give.
I know for me, living generously, it's always been tempting I'm a finance teacher, so I see numbers and I want to kind of put things where they need to go, and it never seems to fail at the end of the month when I pay the bills and I need to make sure I have this much left over for whatever it might be. It's there. Whenever we've been faithful and stuck with it, He's shown up. He's provided for us what we've needed and more.